Well, Creighton's back home. Saturday they're going to play Nevada at TD Ameritrade Park.
In the past, if it's an indication, if we look at attendance, this event last year brought in about 14,000 fans. But baseball is not the only reason they show up.
No, it's not. From the Nebraska chapter of Honor and Remember, Jim Meyer. Good to see you, Jim.
Nice to
Thank
have you
you.
back.
Good to see you, Mary and Mike.
Yes,
Good to see you. Yes.
we like baseball, and we like also
I like baseball.
a lot of the other things that are going to be happening with us. So beyond baseball, what's happening on Saturday?
Wow, it's the Super Bowl of salutes. We're saluting our military and first responders. As you said, 14,000 people. There's a Family Fun Fest this year. That's new. That starts at 11:30. Bounce houses, games, those walk-around inflatables. We can put you in one of those, Mike, if you want to do that.
I can do that, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you can
not
do that.
afraid.
You can be the fire hydrant or something like that.
Right.
And there's also a concert with Jimmy Weber and
Yes.
Jimmy and also Billy McWiggins.
We've had them on the show, and of course
Our
Jimmy is
friends
not
of
just a musician, but he's also a retired service member.
Oh, huge.
And so we love that connection, and you're seeing video here from years past, so you see touches of patriotism outside the stadium, inside, throughout. How did this get started, and when? What was the first year you put this together?
I was bored, I
Jim?
had nothing to do, and all of a sudden I called a friend and said, hey, you know, I never did anything to support military. You in? He said, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. So we did a game at Rosenblatt Stadium. It's just continued and grown since then. You know, it's intended to be a civics lesson. Other things that are happening that I think, for me, one of the most special parts is the families of the fallen walk. They will have left a private gathering and dinner this year, 197 family members. They will walk led by bagpipers, flanked by Boy Scouts, American Legion Riders, ROTC, men and women in uniform, many proud Americans, from outside the stadium, up the steps, then into the stadium.
And
Gives
like
me
you can see in the
chills.
picture right there, honor and respect, and that's kind of what this is all about. And the feedback, you know, I've heard from a lot of people, you know, it's a really special event. What have you heard from people, us in particular, military and first responders over the last 5 years?
Oh, in a very humbling way, thank you. Is what I've heard is, you know, there's, in a big way, there's been 1.3 million people die defending this country since origin. That average is 15 per day. People don't usually know that number, so the magnitude is huge. So I think you know, it's just simply to be appreciated, and it's a civics lesson. I mean, this is a civic lesson.
And it's so important to be there, not just to read about things,
Oh,
but to
if
see
people
it. Don't
think
you
their
think?
salute doesn't matter.
Right, but to be part of it, it's so powerful. Hey, Jim, you brought a couple things in, and one of them I'd like for you to explain. There are several images on this larger poster. What is this?
Wow, these are the, I carry this with me a lot. This is the family, these are the fallen from Iraq and Afghanistan, post 9/11, for the state of Nebraska.
Just the last 14 years.
Yes, and so these families, many of them have showed up every year. There's our 5th year for this private gathering. And so when they're walking, they don't want their loved one to be forgotten.
This
I wouldn't either.
That poster puts it in perspective. I remember being a news reporter at the beginning of those wars, and I remember covering the first Nebraska death. And then you see that big poster. It's really, there's an impact there.
And the flag we got out here is just an example of one of those. This will be one of the 5 flags that will be presented this year to a family. Miguel Keith, he was a Medal of Honor winner, North High School graduate. May 8th, almost 1970, so here we are. How many years later is that? 45, I guess.
Yeah.
I see you brought in a letter, and it says, Dear Garth. Yeah. That's Garth Brooks?
Dear Garth.
Yeah, people that know me you tend to be a little crazy sometimes. I say, yeah. Well, I think if you don't write the letter, your odds are 0. The point is, he's busy, he's crazy busy, but he's here.
Yeah.
He's got a big fan base, which is military, and I'm just asking him to show up if he would, inviting him to show up and sing a song at the end of the walk for the families of the fallen. And
well, we saw at the ACMs just a few weeks ago. He performed, and the aisles were flooded with service members, so we know his heart is there.
Right.
It would be cool if he responded to this letter. Let's talk about getting tickets, though, because there's a
Absolutely.
voucher for ticket exchange program.
Absolutely.
What is it?
You can go to our website, which is www.saluteourmilitary.com. It tells you where you can get a voucher. The vouchers are redeemable for up to 6 free tickets. Also in today's newspaper, World Herald, there's a huge ad that shows
And what are we looking? We're just clipping this on the bottom.
Clipping that on the bottom, that's the voucher. All you got to do is cut that out and take it down to Creighton's ticket office or CenturyLink, and
It's
six
easy
free
enough.
tickets.
And they get 6 free tickets.
That's
Yeah,
great.
people all
Family.
know there's 14,000 tickets already gone.
Yeah, wow, 14,000.
Already.
Yeah, we get
So cool.
24,000 people there. We got a Guinness Book of World Records for a regular season college baseball game.
No kidding.
That's great,
It's
Jim.
so Omaha.
Well,
isn't
if
it?
anybody can do it, Omaha can.
Well,
Yeah.
it's this Saturday. I've been looking at the forecast, and I'd love more than anything, as I know you would, to see the skies part a little bit so we can not just get the game in, but really have big crowds there to support our service members, our first responders, and their family members who will be in attendance. Here's a list of the time, so if there's something specific you want to be a part of, you don't miss it.
Yeah, and the flyover, the skydivers, that starts at 1:35. A really moving day.
Thank
Jim, good to
you.
see
You guys are great. Thanks
Yeah,
for having
Jim,
us
stop
on, giving
it.
us the opportunity.
You're great.
But keep going.
Have a great Saturday. No, we got to go.
Keep